So we're officially here. Jim's not happy, he's freezing his off. The guys aren't even turned up and we're here to set up. And this is the beginning of Blood and Oil 2015.
Let's go!
Generally, don't do this.
Generally. Adam's gone. Adam Bell's gone.
Same as last year, we've got Jeff Mortis and we've got Backlot this year for the two bloodiest generals from Wards and Warmachine. So if you want to go TPs, just know your opponent, that's what you do. I think that's everything. I'll periodically come on the DA and piss you off throughout the day with different announcements. But yeah, have fun, go find your tables and good times.
One golf clap. I appreciate that golf clap. Hello guys and welcome to the Blood and Oil 2015 Masters overview video. I am your host, Lee McAlpin, the producer of Bleeped Up Productions, and I will be taking you through the events that happened at Blood and Oil this year. Now, first off, Blood and Oil, if you don't know it already, is a Masters event that is ran by the Leicester Fat Cats and is the last Masters event held in the United Kingdom. This year's event took place from the 21st to the 22nd of November, and it was a great success. We had 90 players show up to test their might at Blood and Oil, and I am here to tell you about what transpired at Blood and Oil 2015. Right guys, so we're here and it's just summing up round one. I'm here with Steph, the man, the myth and the legend that is the man behind Tiebreak. That's all I'm going to keep saying. I'm going to refer you as the guy who made Tiebreak and does everything Tiebreak.
Tiebreak man.
Tiebreak man.
The man from the Matrix.
Yeah, you're like the guy in the white suit. That'd be hilarious. Anyway, we're just going to do a sum up of round one. So basically, on the screen now, as you can see, is the top 5. And to begin with, there's a couple of fat cats up there, so we're a little bit happy. We won't be biased too much.
You can tell it's round one. I think that's what it is.
Especially with Kurt being up there, it's always good. But it's interesting, after round one, we have two Kador players, one Troll player, a Menoth, and a Crix player. So it is kind of... Only one Hordes player. Only one. But I'm assuming, because we're only doing the top 5.
Yeah, this is only the top 5.
Only the top 5. You can check all the results, obviously, on Tiebreak now when you're watching this video and stuff. But after round one, we've had no problems. It's been quite a smooth transition, I would say.
Yeah.
We've had, obviously, there's been some hilariousness with the terrain. Walls have gone missing. That's been the biggest, like, X-Files expedition.
I might make a wanted poster.
Yeah.
Wanted Fat Cat's walls.
If you've seen a Fat Cat wall recently, bring it back. But yeah, Joe, who you guys have seen on the channel, if you've watched any of the other videos, did a fantastic job with most of the terrain, didn't he? Because you guys... How far you think it's gone so far? Because it's only been round one, but we've had 90 people turn up.
Yeah, we've had 90 people turn up. We've only had one drop, which is rare.
Yeah, it is.
We had more than one drop by this time last year, which is good. And we had people last minute wanting to come as well. I think a couple of people turned up hoping that there would be drops, and there were a couple of drops, and they ended up playing. So
sweet.
Yeah, it's all good. It's been a bit hectic and stressful this morning, but that's pretty standard.
That's pretty standard for tournaments, isn't it, really? But after round one, Fat Cats, we'll see how far we are. We're going for best team, obviously. Not being biased, obviously, because we're both Fat Cats. But go teams. I think everyone's having fun. Is there anything that's standing out more than anything in round two, like matchups or anything that you see?
Golly against Mike.
Yeah.
That would be a good one.
It's kind of, I like to say, like, tournaments are always like golf tournaments, because it's like you always have, like, everyone's kind of a mixed bag, and then eventually the big names that you know come towards the top of the table. So, but anyway, without that, we're going to just shut up and continue with the footage of fun times being shown of Blood and Oil. Thanks, guys. Yes, guys, that was round one, and it was a pleasure to have Steph, because I was a part of the staff this year, to sum up round 1 for us. But anyway, round 1 was in the books, and people were waking up and they were playing with their armies, fighting for positions in the table, fighting for bragging rights, and some were even competing in their first ever tournament, which was really good to see. It was great to see so many new faces at Blood and Oil this year, and friends of the channel who always go to Blood and Oil every year, and you know, it was great to see them all enjoying themselves so far. But anyway, back to round 2. It was great to see that everyone was having a fantastic time, but after round 2, there was a break. So after we've done the whole roundup of round 2 and where people were placed, we're actually going to do something a little bit special, and that is going to be getting straight into the painting competition footage. And with that being said, we're going to get straight into the results of round 2. And after round 2, the table stood like this. Adam Bell was currently in 5th with his men off. Gareth Higgins from the Fat Cats with his Kador was in 4th. We had Patrick Vance, who was from Firestorm Games using his Legion. And we had, now I apologise if I do pronounce your name wrong, Ben DeBrostri. I apologise if that's not how you pronounce your name, and I do apologise. He was 2nd with his Convergence, and number 1 taking round 2 and leading all the players was Brett Wilkie with his Circle from the Epic Flail team. Now guys, before we get straight into round 3 of the tournament, we're going to take a nice little break and admire some beautiful, beautiful miniatures that were entered into the painting competition. That's right guys, we're at the painting competition time, and yes, my camera does not give any of these models their just deserves because my camera is pretty crap when it comes to taking stills. That will hopefully be improved in the future, but anyway, nonetheless, thank you for everyone who entered in the painting competition with their armies and their single miniatures, and let's take a look at the miniatures that were entered into this year's painting competition. And yes guys, I want to thank everyone who entered the painting competition, and congratulations, even if you didn't win any prizes, you guys did a fantastic job, and yeah, you have got the opportunity to enter next year's Blood and Oil painting competition. So if you've talked to any of the staff of where you could have improved, etc., hopefully you can take those tips into winning next year, or even, should we say, placing next year in the painting competition. So good luck for next year, guys. And here we have Adam Bell, wild, young, and reckless at Blood and Oil. Oh no! Now he's standing up. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, with the lunch break out of the way, round 3 started, and everybody was fueled to continue their battles at Blood and Oil 2015. Now, with round 3 in the books, the table, well, the top 5 looked like this. And it was Stuart Chalk from Leeds with his circle in 5th place. William, I'm gonna not trying to pronounce your last name, but we all know you will, using Cricks from Team Scotland in 4th. Number 3 was Gareth Higgins using his Cador from Leicester Fat Cats. We had Golly using Cricks from the Sheffield Honor Guard in 2nd, and James Cook Rogers from the Epic Flail guys using his Legion. Now, with round 3 in the books, that was the end of day 1. And now what transpired after, well, let's just say the evening of day 1 is something known as the Smashes. With day 1 out of the way, Blood and Oil had some extra gameplay, or shall we say some after-hours matchups. Yes, and it was between the Sheffield Honor Guard and the London Cross Gaming Club, and I believe they called this the Smashes. Now, I don't know how this whole event started, but from talking to certain people, I heard there was some sort of trash talking between teams at the WTC, so that's the World Team Championships, if you didn't know, guys, between the Cross Gaming Club and a few of the guys from the Sheffield Honor Guard. And basically, the Cross Gaming Club challenged them, and it was basically a 5-man team, 5 representing Sheffield, 5 representing London, and in the balance was the Smashes. Now, basically, the team captain, from what I have been told, is if you lost, the team captain had to smash his Warcaster, and then they would put it in a bottle, and it would be called the Smashes. And now this is something I've heard that is going to continue for now on at Blood and Oil. I'm assuming it's going to happen next year, so it's going to be quite entertaining. I'm going to stick around to watch it next year. I got some dinner at this time, so I missed out on this. But there was 5 games in the balance, and I believe the Cross Gaming Club won 4-1. That's right, so the captain of the Sheffield Honor Guard had to smash his Warcaster. And yeah, that's basically the after hours kind of party that went on in Blood and Oil. If people were there to see it, obviously they can comment below on this video and tell me exactly how the beef started or whatever, because I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, with that being said, we've got a very special interview with my good friend Ross, who's one of the guys behind Blood and Oil and is a Leicester Fat Cat, and we talked about the weapons and the prizes that were going to be given out. They were given out last year and they were given out this year for the most bloodiest general for Warmachine and Hordes and how it came about. So enjoy this interview, guys. What's up, guys? We're back, and something special happened last year when we did the Blood and Oil video, and you saw some bitchin' prizes, such as we had Lola and was it Boulder's Sword or something? What was it?
Stonecleaver.
Yeah, Stonecleaver as prizes, and this year on the screen now, you can see them being modelled by Ross. We have some new weapons, and Ross is with me right now, and we're just going to talk through the process of why did they come up with the designs for this whole prize, because we didn't really talk about that last year, did we? Really, that much. So, Ross, I'll let you take this question, mate, and basically, why did you come up with the idea of having these prizes?
Well, basically it boiled down to we wanted to do something slightly different. A lot of the tournaments reward like the fastest caster kills, obviously the top 3, and then the best in factions. But we wanted to do something slightly different and reward the players that not necessarily go for scenario play, but prefer to just kill their opponents. You know, page 5, play like you've got a pair kind of attitude. So we decided we were going to go for something a little bit outside of the box. We spoke to someone I know in the LARP community, and she said that she would basically build us replicas of some of the weapons in foam, so they're safe to hit your friends with, although don't hit them too hard. And we really went from there. We picked out Lola, because it's a very iconic Warmachine weapon.
Yep.
Also, Butcher 3 was pretty big and new on the scene at the time. And we decided to go for the Tritus, which is Boulder's weapon, because it was a very distinct look. It had a lot of scope to make the runes very cool and things like that. So that's what we went for last year.
Okay, so what have we got this year then?
This year we have Rathrock again, because it's very big in the fluff at the minute. It's just changed hands and Chromax got hold of it. The background behind it is, it's brilliant. It is the World Ender. It is the thing that's going to summon the worm and destroy Immorin. And then we've got Dia Mortis, which is Epic Gatsby's weapon in the spear form. Just because we wanted to do something a little different. We'd had an axe and a sword last year, so we thought we're having an axe again this year. Let's go a little bit further. Let's do one of the spears. And we looked at Kruger the Stormwrath's spear. We looked at a couple of other spears in the game, and really, if you look at Warmachine and you look at the big iconic weapons, if you're going for a spear, you have to do Dia Mortis. It's got the very cool eye in it. It's got a very distinct head shape. So yeah, we just decided to go with that, something that's very iconic from both Hordes and Warmachine.
Cool. So I know one thing was asked when the weapons were thing. If people wanted to get these made, because obviously they can if they wanted to, who could they actually get in touch with to see if they could do a replica weapon if they wanted to have something like what we give away as prizes?
The company itself is called the Lark Box. It's a small independent company, but it's run by one of my friends. So I would say if you do want something like this commissioning, if you get in touch with the podcast, and then Lee will put you in touch with me, I can give you the details for the person who's created these weapons, purely because I don't believe that she has a website that's up and running as a web shop. She just has a Facebook page.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you did want to add the Lark Box, I'm sure she'd be happy to take in inquiries about different things. I know next year again we'll be using her because she's brilliant. She's very communicative. She always wants to keep you in the loop, and she's just really easy to work with. I don't think if she hadn't been so easy to work with, I don't think this project would have worked. Because from a perspective of someone that doesn't play Warmachine, creating these weapons in a safe way and a way that makes them look identical to the miniatures is quite a complicated process.
Cool. Right then, thank you very much, Ross, for your time as always. And guess what? The one thing I'm happy about, you didn't swear.
No, I didn't.
That's right, guys. Round 4 is here. This is day 2 of Blood and Oil, and I didn't film that much of day 2 because obviously this is when it comes down to the nitty-gritty with players wanting to concentrate. So obviously I'm going to skip out a few rounds due to the fact I wanted to respect the players' wishes, and I didn't want to stick a camera in their faces while they were all playing. But anyway, nonetheless, day 2 started, and again, everyone was battling for the rights for the best team, best in faction, or to finish high on the table. So let's see how it all pans out. And with round 4 in the books, this is how the table looked. Now, in 5th place was Matt Townsend with his cricks. In number 4 was Will with his cricks. Number 3 was Golly with his cricks. Ed Smith was in 2nd with his cricks. And Stuart Chalk was on top of the leaderboard with Circle. And as you can see, 4 Cricks players in the top 5. What's going on? I do not know. But anyway, nonetheless, that is the overview of round 4. And before we get into the next couple of rounds, like I said, I wanted to respect the other players. I just want to do a quick recap on people's posts and comments on our Facebook group, which is Blood and Oils Masters 2015. Obviously, it will change every year. But I just wanted to highlight a few comments of thanking you guys, the players out there, for leaving such nice comments on our social medias. And Adam is our first guy who says, thanks for all my opponents and the organisers for a cracking weekend. weekend of Warmachine. Looking forward to next year's already. Andrew states, he said, cheers everyone for the game's first tournament, and he went 2-4. Never thought I'd do that well. We'll definitely see you all next year, so that's awesome. And we have Hamish, and Hamish is a friend of the channel. He says, excellent event as always, 5 great opponents, and he got to lie in. What more can you ask for? Yes, because Hamish had a bye, so he decided to sleep in. A couple more comments to go before we wrap up this little video. Phil writes, thanks to all for a fantastic event. It was my first tournament and made me keen for more. So that's good to see, Phil. Stuart writes, thanks for putting on a fantastic event, guys. Really enjoyed myself over the past 2 days. Met some fantastic people and ecstatic. I went 3-3 as well. Already looking forward to next year. Thanks for that, Stuart. And also, a good friend of the channel, Jay, he states, great event as always, except tiebreak hating on me, giving me trolls 3 games in a row. Hopefully that won't happen to you next time, Jay. But all in all, we want to thank everybody for coming to Blood and Oil and leaving us positive feedback and giving us honest feedback, what we can improve for next year. But anyway, with that being said, guys, I didn't film the rest of the rounds because obviously it was becoming more and more of a crunch time, and well, I wanted to respect other players and people's wishes. So without further ado, we're going to wrap up this video with the ceremony for the awards.
If you'd have won, right, and that had happened, I would have been the best. Anyway, so every year we give away the Adam Bell Award to the person who did the funniest thing over the course of the weekend. And this weekend, the funniest thing actually happened directed at me. This is for me. Thanks for all taking part. No, this year the winner. That's so much. The winner of the Adam Bell Award is Harbour, right? Because Norbert was playing a game and stood there and went, Judge! Bear still, I then walk over. Yes, Norbert. Seriously? So Norbert, this is for you, buddy.
Can the Firestorm boys come up? Only 5 of you.
I went 3 up.
Top 3. Right, so the winner not only gets a return ticket to Blood and Oil next year, they'll get a ticket to Forward March and a ticket to the Welsh, and they also qualify for ClubCon. So, Forward March is Bell's tournament up in Sheffield.
Is it a month, mate? Let's do it.
Okay, so in third, come on up, Dolly. In second, we have Matt Townsend. And winning all of the things, Ed Smith. Right, the thing you all want. Most VPs in Warmachine. Jim Gradwell. Scored a mighty 300.
On the dot.
Just 300 on the dot.
Winning the world ender, winning REPLICA with a mighty 261, Michael Davies. Right, thank you very much for coming and making it an amazing year. We raised a lot of money for charity, we had some brilliant games. Thank you very much. Same again next year. Give yourselves a round of applause.
And with that being said, guys, that is Blood and Oil 2015 overview video in the books. Thank you all for coming to Blood and Oil. First off, we want to thank every one of you who attended Blood and Oil this year. Hopefully you guys had a fantastic time. If you haven't come to Blood and Oil and you keep watching these videos and you hear so much great feedback from us, why not come to Blood and Oil next year? It will be fantastic to have you all. Also, we want to thank Fat Cats for putting on a great tournament as always, to the staff who did a fantastic job. Just going to pat myself on the back right there. But anyway, without further ado, guys, thank you for watching this video. It's been a fantastic event as Blood and Oil. It was great to film it and to be a part of the staff this year. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. A like on this video will let it see more eyes so more people can come to Blood and Oil. And, you know, people like Phil and others who came, who are coming to their first ever tournament, it gives them the opportunity to see how friendly Warmachine tournaments are. Also, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe. Subscribing is always fantastic. On the screen right now are thumbnails for you to check out all my extra content, whether it be Warmachine related or even, you know, previous Blood and Oil videos, and also my Warmachine podcast, which is on Hand Cannon Online, which is for the faction of Kador, and that podcast is called Murder of Crows. But anyway, without further ado, guys, take care, have a good one, and hopefully we'll see all of you at Blood and Oil Masters 2016.